This is Dr. Wysong. This series of videos on the big questions of life will show where each one of us is led if we dare to leave behind preconceived ideas and see where reason and evidence lead. Biological machines. If you were on the outside looking in on our universe, you'd see not only order, complexity, and repeating patterns, but motion as well. Our universe is an outlandish array of moving machines within machines. There are lightning-fast quantum and atom machines, molecular and biochemical machines, worm and elephant machines, and solar system and galaxy machines moving at millions of miles per hour. And they all interrelate with one another in a gigantic, intricate, and interconnected moving web machine. Hundreds of thousands of scientific papers have been written on biological topics. Not one has ever explained with plausible detail how any biological machine, process, or feature came piecemeal into existence by chance, natural law, or evolution. There's a specific scientific journal devoted to the molecular explanation of evolution called the Journal of Molecular Evolution. Remarkably, as convincing as that title sounds, there are 0 papers discussing detailed models for intermediates in the development of complex biochemical machines. Evolutionists have put themselves in the untenable position of hoping that damage to machines, that is, mutations, will provide useful and innovative novelty to cause bigger and better machines. Ask any mechanic or serviceman what he thinks of that prospect. We tend to think of the physical and biological worlds as static. They are not. Nothing is actually standing still. Everything is dynamic. They are machines consisting of smaller dynamic machines down through the smallest things known. Within life are atom machines, making up protein, nucleic acid, lipid, carbohydrate, vitamin, and cellular organelle machines, and everything is moving and interrelated. The web that a spider's spinning machine produces is so strong and resilient that if a spider were the size of humans and strung a proportionate web in the sky, it would have the ability to catch a passenger airplane flying full throttle. Spiders contain machines that can weave threads less than 1/1000th of a millimeter in diameter, having 20 times the strength of steel. A cord of spider silk, the diameter of the thumb, could easily carry the weight of a jumbo jet. Fish skin machines secrete a crystal 1/4 the wavelength of the incident light, that's 7/millionths of a centimeter, that helps them appear invisible in water. Biological timing machines include tree fruiting, migration, sleep cycle, puberty, menstrual cycle, estrous cycle, the 17-year crop cycle of the asparagus, the emergence of baby, adult, and wisdom teeth, flowering of bamboo trees every 117 years, cacti flowering every 12 years, insects that lie in the ground for 17 years and then all emerge at the same time, and coat and plumages changes with the seasons. Albatross machines will return with food to a nesting site where there are hundreds of thousands of young chicks. Each mom will immediately find her own offspring. Bird and small mammal machines hide seeds and nuts over widely scattered areas and then return months later to the precise locations and dig out the food, even when hidden deep under snow. Monarch butterfly machines begin with an egg laid on a poisonous milkweed plant. To prevent glue in the plant from sticking to the mouth, the larva machine interrupts leaf circulation with a specific eating pattern. The larva uses the poison from the plant to deter predators and turns itself into a gorgeous butterfly machine that migrates as much as 5,000 miles from Canada to South America, using a brain the size of the period at the end of this sentence. Weighing only 1/2 gram, this amazing machine flies at up to 30 miles per hour, plus tailwind, with wings akin to wisps of tissue paper. The 2-pound sooty shearwater bird machines can fly 700 miles in a day, dive 225 feet deep into the sea after food, and travel 46,000 miles, covering practically the entire globe. Loggerhead turtle machines will migrate as much as 9,000 miles at 1 mile per hour to get back to the exact beach where they were hatched in order to lay their eggs. The male Maley fowl machine spends 11 months of each year building a mound nest of compost weighing 6,000 pounds. He then invites his sweetheart to lay her eggs in holes he digs in the mound. During the incubation period, the male adjusts the layering in the mound in such a way as to maintain the perfect 34 degrees centigrade temperature. The hatched chicks fly away, having all the same talents, yet have no contact with the parents. Some bird machines allow the cuckoo bird machine to lay eggs in their nest, resulting in all the foster mother's eggs getting pushed out of the nest by the hatched cuckoo. The cuckoo then migrates 12,000 miles to South Africa to join the parents who abandoned it. The coat of the northern sea otter machine consists of 1 million hairs per square inch, permitting it to live in lethally frigid water. Fish machines have no hair at all, permitting them to live in the same lethally frigid water. Evolution supposedly mandated both hair and scales for the exact same environment. Dog machines can differentiate the smell of the feces of killer whale, black bear, grizzly bear, lynx, bobcat, puma, maned wolf, wolverine, and fisher. They can also sniff out marijuana, heroin, cocaine, and crack, as well as diagnose skin, prostate, breast, and lung cancer by whiffing patients' urine and breath. Rat nose machines can smell landmines as well as detect tuberculosis by sniffing human sputum. Laboratory machines can analyze 20 samples a day. A rat machine can do 150 tuberculosis tests in 30 minutes with greater accuracy. The amazing flying ability of insect machines includes marvels such as delayed stall, rotational circulation, weight capture, as well as speeds over 70 miles per hour. Some beat their wings in excess of 63,000 times per minute. As far back as fossils can be examined in stones and amber, supposedly hundreds of millions of years, insect and wing machines looked exactly like they look today. No wannabe wing nubs found anywhere. An ant machine can lift 50 times its own body weight. An equivalent lift by a human would be about 4 tons. Certain honeypot ants engorge themselves with honeydew to the point that they can't walk. They just hang from the ceiling of the ant nest and become regurgitation food machines for the rest of the colony. Leafcutter ants can't digest leaves, so they culture edible fungus machines on the leaves they harvest. The African acacia tree machine houses and feeds a special ant that clears all competing plants and vines and attacks any creature that threatens the tree. Dairying ants farm and protect aphid machines in order to milk them for food. Some army ants have mouthpart machinery so suited for fighting off enemies that they must be fed by others in the colony. The bombardier beetle machine defends itself by ejecting a boiling hot 212 degrees Fahrenheit jet spray at 500 pulse combustions per second. Bacteria machines can survive polar temperatures over extended time, zero humidity, the edges of boiling hot geysers, even hotter undersea fumaroles, in the inside of nuclear reactors. Of course, this begs the question, why would such resilient creatures ever evolve? Gecko machines can hang upside down from a smooth surface by one toe. Each foot machine has 500,000 microscopic setae hairs, which have on their ends hundreds of projections smaller than the wavelength of light. The gecko machine instantly engages and disengages these sticky molecular forces as it scurries along. Some species of fig tree machines depend upon wasp machines to pollinate them. The wasps depend upon the fruit machine to lay their young. A nematode parasite machine depends upon both the fig and the wasp for its survival. So one must explain how widely separated organisms, machines that is, trees, insects, and worms, slowly evolved absolute dependency to become one composite larger machine. Hummingbird machines can flap their wings at 200 beats per second and have a heartbeat of 1,200 beats per minute. Heliconia flower machines have developed special structures, machines in other words, to accommodate the feeding mouthparts of certain species of hummingbirds. Neither bird nor plant machine could survive without the other, yet they supposedly evolved at widely separated times. The 3-inch anglerfish machine attracts prey with a bioluminescent light bulb on the end of a stalk on the top of its head. The bulb is powered by photobacteria, that is, light-producing bacteria machines. The male mates with the female by biting into her flesh and fusing with her body such that the two blood supplies join, and his body atrophies, that is, withers away, until all that is left is testicles. The female thus becomes a hermaphrodite machine. The Venus flower basket sponge machine grows fiber optic cables the width of a hair that are up to 7 inches long. Unlike synthetic fiber optics that are produced with high heat and are fragile, the sponge's cables are produced at cold temperatures and can be tied in a knot without cracking or breaking. Feather machines are complex affairs consisting of shafts, vanes, barbs, barbules, hooks, and ridges. They contain sliding joints needing lubrication from a preening gland machine. They insulate, waterproof, provide ornate color, and self-regenerate. There is no evidence anywhere of anything evolving into a feather machine. In order to have survival value, biological machines can't just be a little bit right. They have to be right on from the get-go, with all the parts present and perfected. Moreover, it's the nature of biological machines to be running, that is, they're alive. That means, if evolution is true, all such machines would have had to accomplish the impossible feat of running while alterations were being made. Every component of every biological machine in existence cries out intelligent engineering.
Thank you for listening. Keep in mind that solving the big questions requires foundations upon which truthful answers can be built. So please work through the series sequentially. This information has taken decades of research, thought, and writing. Aside from the peace of mind the solutions have brought me, the only reward I seek is hearing that it's helped you. Feel free to contact me with any comments or questions at asifThinkingMatters.com.